Here's the apartment I have for rent. 2-bed, 2-bath. Private kitchen. $1,800 a month, month-to-month rent. Landlord pays sewer, water, trash, electric, propane, heat. Tenant pays high-speed internet available. You can't use my high-speed internet, but there is another hookup. I'll show you that later. So this is the street view. This is the residence. This is an addition, and we're renting out the older part of the house. So this is out here in Simla, Colorado. It's a rural area, nice quiet street here, dirt road. And this is where the tenant parking is. The room for 2 cars. And then I'll show you the entrance for the apartment. Got the whole outside is got the sidewalks, and so I'll keep those shoveled off in the winter. I'll shovel the snow. And got a little shared patio right here so the tenant can use the patio here. We use the patio also. And got a little foot brush here to keep your feet clean with a little shoe brush. This is the entrance for the tenant. And there's security cameras around the whole house. That light does work, but it's just not turned on right now. And the whole house is well lit, so you're not gonna have anybody hiding out in the shadows when you coming home. Plus we live here too, so it's not like you're just out in the middle of nowhere all alone. So this is the older part of the house that we have for rent. The floor is in bad shape, but I'm not charging a security deposit. I'm trying to keep this affordable, and most of this is going to be torn out and remodeled later, but for now I've got it to the point where it's livable, and in order to keep it affordable, then I'm not going to do all these fancy upgrades right now. We've been living here for 10 years, and we've been using this, and it was in worse shape than this. I've just gone and repainted. So if this isn't good enough, then move on. It's been good enough for us for 10 years, and now it's even better than what it ever was. So there is some things that are in rough shape, but again, no security deposit. So here's the kitchen. A little bit dirty. We're still cleaning. You know, just the touch-up cleaning. The electric range. Got the extractor, so that can keep all the cooking fumes out of the house. And the refrigerator, it's a larger size refrigerator. It's not the smallest one. I just don't know how many cubic feet it is. Here's the freezer. It does have the ice maker, but we don't hook the water line up to it because the water out here is not great quality. So there's the refrigerator. So it should have enough room. I mean, it was enough room for our family of 5. And we have our own separate kitchen upstairs, which I'll show you later because everything is separate. And so there's a door right here to close off the kitchen, in case you don't want your kids going in the kitchen or whatever, or that door could be taken off. Anyway, but here's the old kitchen. This is the original kitchen to the house. I just painted everything because it was dirty. And it's an okay size. And there's the sink, the microwave. Water. And let's show you the first bathroom. This is the first bathroom. This bathroom, I added this bathroom on 10 years ago. And so it's in pretty good shape. I mean, you can tell it's been used, but it's in pretty good shape. We got the extractor in here with the light. There's the shower. Let me see if I can turn a shower on here. There's the shower. Okay. It's a pretty roomy shower. And there's the medicine cabinet. And I probably need to change that motor out at some point. It still works, I just don't like how loud it is. I've already changed it once, so I know how to change that. And there's the toilet, the elongated bowl. And we still need to do some more cleaning, but it's not that bad. Little pedestal sink. And you got a little laundry chute right here. You throw your laundry down in the basement. I'll show you that later. Okay. So that is the one bathroom right off the kitchen. It's got the 3 speeds, got the light. And let's go to the living room. So these couches, they can be discarded, or you can use them and you can keep them, or we can throw them away. But we used to have our kitchen table right there. That's where we would eat, but we have the 2 couches in here right now. And this little breakfast nook type thing, I'm probably going to be putting tile on this, so by the time the tenant moves in, that'll have decorative tile on it, because I mean, we've lived like that for 10 years, which is fine, but I do want, now that I got this all cleared out, I want to put the tile on it. So it could have tile on it when the tenant moves in, or maybe not. And this is just the living room. Got the old built-in furniture thing over there, the old what would you call that, like a china cabinet or whatever. And it's in pretty rough shape. That's why I'm not charging a security deposit here, because you know, some stuff's in rough shape. But I just repainted all the walls, and so even if I don't charge a security deposit, if the walls are all messy, then I am going to charge for that, or terminate the lease if it doesn't get fixed, painted, cleaned, whatever. Pellet stove right here. Pellet stove is wonderful. It's nice and warm and cozy. Love it in the winter. And I mean, I buy the pellets. Okay, so if you don't want the pellet stove, then just run the propane. I'll go show you the propane heater in a second. Now this right here, this is the sunroom. This is not part of the apartment. This does not come with the price that I'm renting right now. I'm just showing you that this is the sunroom. This will be locked. I mean, if somebody wants to make a deal, then I can raise the rent and rent out the sunroom here, but this will be off limits to the tenant, because it has a separate door here, right here. So this has a separate locking door. So we come in here, we hang out, you know. This is like our living room, but it's separated from the house. And let's go back inside just so you kind of get your bearings and you know what that door is. That's why when we came in, I didn't show you that door. That leads out to the street, but that's not the tenant entrance. The tenant entrance is the door that I came in through previously. Okay, here's bedroom number 1 right here. We just have a king size mattress on the floor there. I mean, if you want the mattress, you can have the mattress. If you don't want the mattress, then I'll throw it away. I'll throw it in the dump. But with the price of mattresses, I thought there might be a tenant that doesn't have a mattress or wants a free mattress, so that's in there. And that gives you the size of the room. I mean, you do see, you can get the door open and closed, but there's a king size mattress in here, and it's tight. Do I know the size of this room? I don't know it off the top of my head, but it's less than 12 by 12. But again, as I said, There's a closet. And I'm gonna get the clothes out of there. That's just in there. Those clothes are they just need to be moved, okay? But not the greatest closet in the world, but this is where I told you there was a propane heater in the house. We'll go show you that in a minute. We lived in this room. We had bunk beds, so we made it work. And the windows new, but I just didn't. I'm not going to take the time and make the window all fancy like you saw in my sunroom, because these walls need to be demolished, and then I'm going to insulate them, and then at that time I'll put all the nice trim work. But for now it's ready to be rented out. And we've lived in here for 10 plus years. We had bunk beds up in here, so bunk beds are probably the way to go in this room. And there's the ceiling, nothing fancy. And this is the other bathroom. This is a little Jack and Jill bathroom. I never liked the Jack and Jill bathroom, and when I go to remodel, then I'm going to tear the Jack and Jill bathroom out. But for now it's functional, so I'm not going to tear it out. Why should I tear something out that's still working? Okay, so there was a window right there. Now, I took the window out and I put a cabinet in. On the outside of this, I don't know if you can see this, but let's see right here. Oh yeah, you can see it. See all that? That's all new addition, but there's just nothing in there right now. This bathroom needs to get torn out, and then it'll be more spacious, but I'm not doing that right now. I'm just running it out as it is. And so I'll show you the ceiling. I fixed up the ceiling. See that? I got this ceiling fixed up and painted because I had tore the roof off when I did the brand new roof on the house years ago, and that's why the window was no longer functional. But there is a brand new, that new tone extractor. You could hear that on right now, and it also has the Bluetooth, so I like that. I really like that. Okay, it has the Bluetooth. You can listen to the music in the shower. And here's the shower. There might be some stuff I could use to paint over the tub or whatever. I mean, it doesn't look so great, but it's a rental and there's no security deposit on it, so there's hot water, cold water. So this is the second bathroom, little Jack and Jill bathroom. Repainted all the walls. The doors, I mean, I didn't really paint them because I don't know, but I do have paint. Then this is the other bedroom, and this just has a queen size mattress in it right now. This bedroom is smaller than the one that I just showed you. This would be for like a kid's bedroom. And there's the new window, but I just don't have the trim on it because I'm going to tear the walls apart someday, just not right now. So the walls are repainted, and we just got the beanbag in here. The beanbag won't be in here. We just moved it out of the sunroom for Thanksgiving because we're going to have our Thanksgiving dinner out there. So this beanbag won't be in here. And the mattress, same thing. They're just used mattresses. I'll throw them away if somebody doesn't want them, but if somebody wants them, then you got 2 free mattresses. You don't have to buy a $500 or $5,000 queen mattress or whatever. They're not the greatest, but anyway, they're there. So it's got a little closet. Not the greatest closet in the world, but you know, I think I'm just trying to keep it affordable. And then again, this is the living room. So let's talk about the internet. That's where I have my internet. It's in here behind these locked doors. I'm not going to let the tenant use my internet because then I'll just slow it down, and I don't want to, you know, be all the browsing history, blah, blah, blah. And so if tenant wants your own internet, there it is right there. You just have to pay for it. Call the town of Simla or whatever, and they'll hook it up. That one's not fiber optic, that one's the broadband. We had that for several years. And what else? Okay, so I showed you the pellet stove, and this is there's heating. See, there's heating vents. It has a new forced air heater in the whole house. I'll go show you that right now. And so it's going to be plenty warm. See, there's another one. Another heating vent. There's heating vents in all rooms. Okay, now we're going to go downstairs. And this is your access to your laundry. You could also, the tenant is also going to, you could use these drawers right here. See, oh, but there's some stuff in there that we're still moving out of the drawers and stuff, but there's drawer space here. See that? Drawer space. And like I say, I want to put the tile up on here and make this nicer. It's just when I did this part originally, when I moved into the house back in 2014, I cut this whole stairway in. There was no stairs here. This was all floor. And so I did the sheetrock, but then I just couldn't, I didn't have, the priority was not to put the tile on. The priority was to get the addition done, which you've seen from the outside. So now that that's done, I can come back and work on the tile. But it's got the handrails on it, so it's safe. We've got these handrails here on both sides. And then you got these little art shelves or whatever. So I'll probably paint those, but it might or might not be painted. It just depends on how fast somebody wants to move in here. I'm in no hurry because my house is paid for, and I got a job. My wife's got a job, so I'm in no hurry to get someone in here. So this is the stairs up, and now this is the basement. So the tenant can use the laundry. Tenant's not going to be storing things down here. That's in the contract because I have all my construction stuff down here. And there's no room for tenant storage down here, so that is not an option. Tenant storage in the basement is not an option. The only thing you're coming down here for is to use the washer and dryer. So there they are. You got your washing machine and you got your gas dryer. Now we are using the washing machine and dryer right now just because it's right before Thanksgiving, and we're having guests over and we're trying to get all the bedding washed, and so we're going double duty on the washer and dryer. We do have our separate washer and dryer, which I'll show you later, just so you know everything is separate. Okay, so I was going to show you the hot water heater. This is the hot water heater for the apartment that you just saw, for the kitchen sink and the 2 bathrooms. This hot water heater is not shared with our residents. We have another separate hot water heater, so there should be plenty of hot water. We're not going to be fighting over hot water, but anyway, that's where that is. And this is the laundry chute from the bathroom right there. So you just throw your clothes down here and then wash them. And this is the furnace. I told you the apartment had its own forced air heating, and it does. That's the furnace right there, the gas furnace, the propane furnace. And there it is. It's new. Doesn't get used a lot because I use the pellet stove all the time, but it works. And right over here, this is just all my stuff. I mean, this is not your area. You don't have access to here, and I know what tools I have, and if they end up missing, then the lease gets terminated. But the nice thing is, if something goes wrong, I built this whole house, remodeled this whole house, and so I know how to fix it, or I know who to call for the heating system or whatever. And now, if there's a tornado and somebody comes down here, tornado shelter, that's fine. Okay, I understand, that's an emergency. And then in case the house falls down, when you're down here, well, you have one egress right here. You can go out the window here, go out the window and go up, and then you're outside. But why would you do that when you have these stairs right here? You can walk out these stairs. I got a few little things here that I need to be putting away, but you can go up these stairs right here to get out of the house if it falls down on you when you're in the tornado shelter. we were down there in 2015 when the big tornado rolled through, and I thought the house was gonna collapse on us, but it didn't. But we didn't have these stairs, but now I have these stairs, okay? So this is our house now, and let me show you the door here. See, so I got the door lock on right there, so we'll keep it separate from the tenants. And I'm just gonna go show you our house, because that way you know that everything's separate, that you're not sharing a kitchen with us or anything. So then here's the garage. The garage is not part of the rental, but if you want to work something out to work on your car for a weekend or whatever and pay a little bit of extra, that's also a possibility. And then let's show you the other heater. This is the heater for the upstairs where we live, okay? The gas heater for upstairs. And that's the water heater for upstairs. So we have our own water heater. We have our own furnace. And then this, like I said before, the laundry room is separate. So we have our own laundry facility right here, okay? I need to hook up the dryer. That's why I need to put the cord on, and I need to hook up the washer. But anyway, so we're not going to be fighting over laundry machines. And not that it matters, but there's another toilet right here, in case you want to rent the garage from me for a weekend, then you can use the toilet. And let's go upstairs now, show you that we have our separate kitchen. And this is the way up into the house. Again, this is all separate, you know, behind the locking doors. So we keep our stuff locked, you keep your stuff locked. This is the way up here. To where we're living. I'll go show you that the kitchen is separate. We have our own bathroom here. See, we're not going to be sharing it. We're not going to be sharing the downstairs bathroom with you. We have our own bathroom up here. And I'll show you the kitchen. This is our kitchen. So we got our own kitchen. We don't need to be sharing the kitchen downstairs. We got our own stove, our own microwave, our own refrigerator, we got another bathroom up here with a shower. We got those two sinks there. We got the toilet. And we got our own shower. And then I'm not going to go into the bedrooms, but these are the bedrooms. 1, 2, 3. We got 3 bedrooms up here. We got 2 baths. And this is our living area. And then we'll go down here. This is the way that we came in. So we've just gone on a big loop, okay? So I also will at one point put a door up there. I'll put a door up there, put a locking door up there. But for now, it's just, there's no reason for the tenant to be accessing the upper part. And this is where the tenant would lock the door for their own quiet enjoyment of their own private space. That rug won't be there. But this is your own, this is how you lock the door, so you got your own privacy there, okay? So, there's the apartment. Now we're back in here again. I hope that this house makes sense. The layout is kind of unique, and it's kind of like a maze, but that's what I had to do to get the house to fit on this plot of land. So anyway, it'll be a nice little place to live, and we'll see what it ends up renting for. Like I say, I don't have to. I'm not renting this out of necessity. It's just like I've paid all this money, I might as well put my investment to work. So the price could be negotiable, but I'm going to start out with $1,800 a month, and we'll see what happens. So thank you for watching.